Discovering open educational resources, or OERs, can be a great asset for your course to support open learning while offering a wealth of diverse and adaptable materials. Most OERs come with a license attached, so understanding the various open licenses is crucial. They dictate how you can use, modify, and share these materials. While they may seem complicated and confusing, we'll show you that using open licenses can be straightforward once you have a bit more context. After watching this tutorial, you'll be able to effectively and confidently integrate OERs into your teaching, ensuring that you adhere to the legal and ethical guidelines of these resources. Conestoga faculty member Janelle found a worksheet that she can use with her learners in her introductory Spanish course, but the license states that the resource is licensed under CC BY NC ND. After reading the description of the license, she doesn't really understand how this applies to her. The first starting point is to ask yourself these two questions. 1. Do you plan to modify the work? If no, you're good to use any Creative Commons license. If yes, let's take a closer look at the license. And question 2, is your primary interest to make money from using this OER? Most Conestoga courses are considered non-commercial in nature, so most Conestoga faculty would answer no, which means you're also good to use any Creative Commons license. If yes, we should take a closer look at the license. A Creative Commons license always begins with the abbreviation CC to denote Creative Commons. The remaining abbreviations specify what rights the resource creator wants to retain to their original work. The worksheet was developed by Seneca faculty member Sonia, who also teaches Spanish.
Creators have the right to attribution. In other words, it requires that future users of the OER include an attribution statement to the work so that everyone knows who originally created the resource. This is marked in the license by the letters BY. They also have the right to share alike. In other words, if you make any changes or modifications to the original OER, you must share the updated OER to the Creative Commons under the same license as the original work. This ensures that all work remains freely available under similar conditions. This is indicated in the license by the letters SA. Creators also have the right to non-commercial. This means that while educators can use OERs with this attribute in their teaching, organizations cannot use them if their primary interest is to make money on the OER. This condition is represented by the letters NC in the license. Most Conestoga courses are considered non-commercial, so you can typically use OERs with this license. Finally, creators have the right to no derivative works, which means that while you can copy and distribute the work, you cannot change it in any way. This is important for creators who may want their work to remain in the original form they created it, without any alterations. This restriction is denoted by the letters ND in the license.
So what can Janelle do with her CC BY NC ND license? Take a few moments to think. In the case of Conestoga faculty member Janelle, the CC BY NC ND license is a straightforward process. Janelle simply needs to ensure she credits Sonia, the original creator, and doesn't use the worksheet for any commercial purposes or make any changes to it. Let's look at another example. Let's meet Conestoga faculty member Ravi. Ravi has found a really cool American textbook that's also an OER. The textbook covers many of the topics in Ravi's course, but it has a CC BY NC SA license. Ravi wants to use everything in the textbook and add a few additional examples that are relevant to Canada, but he's not sure if he's allowed to do this based on the license. Take a few minutes to decipher what Ravi is able to do. In this case, Conestoga faculty member Ravi is able to ensure that he credits the original creator and doesn't use the textbook for any commercial purposes. The SA on the license indicates that if there are any changes made, that they should also be published for others to use in the future. So while Ravi is able to remix and repurpose this OER, he must also share the updated version with the same CC BY NC SA license for others too. Now that we've explored the specifics of Creative Commons licenses, let's look at one last license, the public domain. Some OERs are in the public domain, which essentially means they are free of all copyright restrictions. You may notice the abbreviation CC0, or simply public domain. You can use public domain content for any purpose. Understanding and navigating the world of Creative Commons licenses may initially seem daunting. That being said, with a bit of knowledge and attention to detail, these licenses become powerful tools to enhance your teaching with accessible, diverse, and high-quality OERs. If you have any questions about licensing, reach out to Open Learning at Conestoga College.